This video is centered specifically around DLP and the sensitivity classifiers that you can set, as well as all the types of content. So when you have DLP set up and you want to look at that information, you can see that in the protection schemes. When you hit that protection, you'll be able to scroll down and you'll see this data classifier setting underneath the data loss prevention. With that, you'll then see that you have two tabs underneath that option. You have sensitivity categories as well as content detectors. So the way that this works is that the content detectors are what are inside of the sensitivity categories that you are creating. And then when the data flow policies are made, those data flow policies are listed with a sensitivity level based on these categories. So you're going to denounce what categories these belong to. Now, there's a couple ways to get this going, but I did want to talk real quick about the actual content. What I highly recommend if you want to learn more about the type of content detectors and how to add new ones here is hit this question mark here at the top and hit documentation. The reason I say that is that if you do that and then you type in DLP up here, you'll be able to go into DLP specifically. And then with that, you'll see this option that talks about sensitive data definitions. And it will do a huge deep dive into how we pull this information, the type of default categories that are in here, as well as how you can go in and add your own. So just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that and that this is just the default options. And you can choose, obviously, to build your own and put them in here as well. And then the way it works is you have the sensitivity categories. And you'll notice we have a couple that are already created in here. So I can come directly in and see that there's a name called Marked as Confidential. It's one of the built-in templates. And I can go in and I can clone this, I can disable this, or I can even view this. And from there, we can then see all of the content detector types that were in that second category tab. And they're all now the ones that are in here. And then we can all see them at the bottom as well. And then from here, let's go ahead and say that you needed to do like an edit or anything, or you needed to see the content within that. You can hit view, and then you'll see here, it'll show you the sensitivity level, the description of it, the name of it, as well as the actual content type that we'll dive into and look through. So we'll look for any type of matching keywords, etc. So what I want to do though is go back to show you how we can create a brand new one from scratch. Because what you're able to do, as you can see here, I said earlier, we can go ahead and view it, we can edit this, etc. But you can also create a brand new one. And let's say this is going to be for CEO level documents, just as an example. I'm not sure the content detectors that you would include, but you're able to then select those. So you're able to create the sensitivity category, and then from there, you need to then put in those detectors. So we can go in, we can edit it, and we can then start adding our specific lineup here. So we can go through and select ones that haven't been used in other templates before. We can also go in and select the type. So whether we know we're looking for specific keywords, different file types, or maybe even specific patterns. And then we can see maybe we know for a fact it's a built-in template that was provided from Acronis and not a custom one. So you can hit apply, and then you'll see all of these that are listed. Now, we are able to then see the different types of detectors that they are. We can come over here and view it directly so that we can see inside for what the expressions are, see if we need to edit anything here. But once you find the ones that you are looking for, you can then select them like I'm doing here, whether it's just a select few or all of them, and then you would hit add. And then as you can see, you want to make sure as well that you are not utilizing ones that are part of another sensitivity level. So you would have to remove it. So definitely just make sure you are not doing that. Like you can see here, ones that are being used in others. So you do get the ability here. Let me just do none, just as an example, hit apply. And then from here, we can take those and add that directly. and then it will save. And then from there, you're able to come back into the data classifier settings, and you'll be able to see that that now applies itself across the board to users that you want to add that to. So we can go ahead and hit done. And then from there, it is now listed. We can see the level of content detectors that are listed, as well the fact that it's a custom template. And then we can view it. We can also enable it. And then if we enable it, we're able to then use that as an automatic sensitivity category for data. And you're able to go in and select users to change that as well. So thank you very much and have a good day.